Hello, welcome to the third round of Combat Mission Black Sea. For the NATO side, this is an action-packed turn for the NATO team. You're scrambling to get off the highway of death. You don't quite get off scot-free, and we have our first goon death right there. But it doesn't go as bad as it could have. You also get some return fire there, and Abrams takes a pot shot, smoke gets popped, and you lose that particular tank contact as the T-90 panics, and you pick up a few more from one of your ATGM teams, which has been an MVP in terms of spotting so far. So there, you can see two new tanks, one moving down the main highway, one in the village. You take that one extra loss, but other than that, things go fairly smoothly. So unfortunately, Joseph Stalinator becomes the first goon to actually have their unit die in the game. Their BTR was actually moving really quick off the road. As you can see, the T-90 hit it, almost missed, and everybody in that BTR is dead. You very nearly get revenge with this Abrams, which is fucking magical optics, spots it, fires, hits the exact spot where that T-90 was, but it smokes and reverses just in time. I'll go take a look at that. So this is looking at the T-90 while your Abrams spots it. It fires, kills Joseph Stalinator. The Abrams lasers it, shoots, bam, right there. That's one lucky son of a bitch. Good reflexes. So just as a bit of a recap right now, everything is off the road that T-90 could have seen except for 4 very angry tanks. So you've got that lane of fire kind of locked down now with your own overwhelming force. You've had to lose 3 BTRs in the progress, but as you can see, everything else is now behind the defilade of this little branch of trees here. So in terms of other stuff you spot this turn, you have this one ATGM team down there, has their ear to the ground. They catch this T-90 coming up on the road. You can kind of see what this is looking at. That's the team that spots it down there. This is the view it has. It stopped here, so clearly this is where its orders went to. But it kind of has an overview of that whole forest. I don't actually know how far away it is from that ATGM team, but so far they're just spotting and not aiming or anything. And again, another T-90 spotted by the same team. That team is fucking amazing. They have a T-90 turned out in this village with a decent line of sight over that part of the forest. Can't actually see anything. It's looking more out over the fields, and it's just sitting still. Alright, here's the second half of the NATO turn. This turn, I don't think a single thing shoots at all. So that's good for you. Nobody dies. So fun fact, since we're just going to watch units slowly move this whole time. This Métis team, AT-7, range of 1,000 meters, right? I checked, this tank is 1,017 meters away from it. So this tank is just out of range of this ATGM. And odds are, even if they did shoot, the giant cloud of smoke they threw up would reveal themselves and they'd get shot before the missile even landed on target. At least it's a possibility. I don't know how it actually go. But this guy continues to be the person who does all the spotting for you. Some of the other closer weapons teams also start to see them. But generally, things just keep moving. I start moving the Ukrainian company again, trying to keep with Bakaruta's order of march. So there's no action to zoom in on this time, so I'm just going to wind back the clock 5 seconds so we don't have that gigantic dun in the middle, and show you who's actually where. So Russian tank number 1, Russian tank number 2, both T-90s. Yeah, they can zoom in on the model, but it's a T-90 model. So we continue to have the first platoon of the American company up in the lead here. We have 3rd platoon has their squad in 2nd place, but they're kind of strung out back here too. The T-64 is up here from this platoon. They can't see shit. That's where the 1st armored platoon is. The 2nd armored platoon is here, taking up their positions. Zooming in here, this is exciting. You have this tank here who has no idea that you got all this shit here. It's through a massive bunch of trees. So these scout platoons are going out into the woods to do their stuff. The remnants of 1st Platoon, 1st Company also get to these woods. So that's the thing that happens. You're nicely set up here. I didn't move any of your vehicles out as a distraction because A, the shooting stopped, the tanks moved, and B, all of the ones that were empty at the time had ATGMs in them, but I didn't really want to waste them. So this one doesn't. I was going to move this one, but by the time I could have, it was already kind of a moot point. It just would have been shot by one of these tanks for no gain. These guys are moving up. Yeah, this is your 1st Company, as it is. You have Willie's guys, the only unscathed element of 1st Platoon, moving up and around. Joseph Stalinator is dead in his BTR. And Ross over here is actually at the forest. So 1st Company is pretty strung out. Your weapons elements from your HQ are all getting into position. They all have good views of the crossroads. The ATGMs all could have seen that tank. But everything's getting in possession. I put these BTRs just left them behind the houses because better safe than sorry. They're actually fairly valuable. So that's your forces in the village. Everybody else is mostly still moving up in a more or less orderly fashion along the road. See, all this shit's finally getting places. I'll try and find some HQs so I can highlight stuff for you. Yeah, here's the American Company. This is all the American Company vehicles. Pull out. So they're mostly in the lead now, so I'm just going to start moving 2nd Company up. Here's 2nd Company HQ. Oh, sorry. So 2nd Company HQ. 1st Platoon is starting to move out. After that, next turn I'll start moving out all the other platoons in their sequential order. And they'll be getting on their merry way soon enough. Aside from that, mortars and everything back here. And I think that'll just about do it for this turn.